remember being asked when I first thought of doing these retreats, well, why are you bothering to do them? I feel that it's so important for more people to understand how empowerment works, especially in the creative industry. Anybody who is performing, you can't go on a stage and just feel, I did this phrase, but I didn't like that note. And you're carrying on playing, and you're carrying on singing, thinking about that note. How many people are going to notice that note? Oh no, there was so-and-so in your audience, and I know they would have noticed, because I would have noticed, and I'm still thinking about that note. So what happens to your next phrase?
Because you're not present with what you're...
Correct. There is no way that's going to be successful unless you go onto autopilot. Oh, I'm on autopilot now, I'll just continue playing, and something will come out. I'm not even conscious what it is, but I'm thinking about the note that I feel was not in tune. Somebody says, you did a great job. You did a great job. I loved it. And you could say, yeah, well, it could have been better. What is that about? And who is that about? Because I think this is about me. That's about me. Somebody has bothered to say to you, I really liked what you just did. Have you really got a right to take away that pleasure from somebody else?
Suzie's the spark. Yeah, no, Suzie's absolutely the spark. I've been following Suzie and Jacob for many, many years. When I saw that she was doing this, I was so excited that I immediately applied, immediately, in 5 minutes. And I thought, I'll cast this into the wind and we'll see what happens. And now I'm here. They did never meet your idols, but I think this is an exception.
There are certain boundaries and there are certain things that I think are really important to say. But if you perceive that each human being you are in contact with is equal to you, if you really believe that from the core, you don't need anything else. It's when you start feeling that you are less than, that you're likely to make some mistakes. But I'd say that when you feel it's a bad day, when you feel that relationship is over, when you feel there is no hope, I think it's at that point that the greatest amount of growth happens. So if you allow that hard moment to be a real place in your heart and in your life, it will change. Something different will happen.
This is the most amazingly curated 2 days. Suzie's attracted the most wonderful bunch of people. It's felt so safe, it's so wonderful to be able to express ourselves in such an unguarded way. And it almost was immediate. I walked through the door and I almost felt that immediately.
Practice is a word that I think a lot of people really dislike. I've got to go and do my practice. I'm never going to be good at all these instruments. But I think the best practice that I have ever done, and I'd say this is true of Jacob too, is the practice away from the instrument. And when you practice away from the instrument, it means that you're really allowing the thoughts and the feelings and even the physical process of what it means to imagine yourself being able to play an instrument, being able to do the thing that you want to do. So that when you approach playing an instrument, what's happening is that you're not coming from a great big place of lack. Oh, I'll never be really good. I haven't got enough hours in the day. It's never going to work. And instead, a beautiful thing happens where you realize that you are able to do so much more if you can give yourself the space to just be really gentle, but you do still need the ability to play the instruments. So it's coming back to something that we talked about a few days ago, which was, what do you really want? And why do you want to be able to do this so well? What's that really about? And I think it's just worth asking yourself that question.
Meeting her in person is surreal.
Just so full from this weekend. Which really lets everybody explore their inner lights and their inner talent.
It's been such a wonderful time with Suzie, with all the other amazing human beings here. I have so much to say, but it's just amazing.
It's funny, this thing getting older, because people just say, oh, you know, I can't do the things that I used to do. I want to always be able to go into a salsa circle not knowing how to salsa and boogie the night away. I want to be able to do that. But I do feel that I need to do things in order to be able to move in the way that I want to move. I feel that to feed myself mentally, I have to really think about things from a nutrition point of view, which I do. And I'm really addressing stuff to do with stress. And I'm really thinking about what it takes for me to feel that I can move each day. And I can just say, well, maybe I'm really lucky because I get a reminder if I get out of bed and I just think, oh, I'm not going to do the stretches, or I'm not going to power walk. If anybody has walked with me, you'll realise that I do like to walk quite fast. But if I haven't done those things, because I'm 60, I will feel that. So I would say to all of you, you're so lucky to be here. You're so lucky to be alive and vibrant with energy. But try and find out what you're really needing. Really, it's about conducting an orchestra. And when I conduct an orchestra, I'm wanting every single person to feel valued and seen, for their sound to be understood, for them to feel that the fabric they are creating together is only possible because they are there. And if you're tight here, or you're showing tension, or whatever, then that's what's going to come across in your music. So it's about being genuine, but it's about being really aware that you're serving not just, you know, what do I look like as a conductor? It's how am I best serving all of you and all the audience behind me? Because we have to get to a situation where we've got some kind of trust. And I suppose my role is to just enable that to happen. I think you can all do that, but it's about really learning how to actively listen. I'm not doing anything special at all. And you all have the ability to do that. All of you.